Hey friends, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than our usual flank videos. I'm going to tell you the story about the worst day of my life and what has helped me work my way through it. And because this is a flank video, we got to talk about a business. But the business we're going to talk about today is Flank, my own startup, because it's a huge part of my life. And frankly, pouring myself into it during this time has really helped me. But y'all have noticed I've been a little bit different recently, and I'm definitely playing with a limp right now. And I think you deserve to know. Speaking of playing with a limp, I had a whole script written out about how Walmart and Amazon are trying to destroy Visa and MasterCard by introducing a stable coin to bypass the payments infrastructure. And normally it'd be a really good story. I would be proud to share that with you guys. But I'm just not in the headspace to write it. I couldn't write a compelling narrative that I thought would be worth your time. So we're going to break the fourth wall. I'm going to share what's been going on. Trigger warning, this video does involve infant mortality. So, if you don't want to hear about that, you should pause, and that's okay. But I've learned over the past month that talking about this stuff out loud, grieving out loud, really helps. Just like I noticed early on how important it is to talk openly about money and finance. When you bury those things, when you try to hide the ugly, it doesn't create anything good. It's just better to talk about this stuff and be vulnerable. So what I hope you'll get out of this video is that if you're dealing with a setback or if one does come up, that you're not alone. And by hearing my story and how I'm trying to overcome it, maybe one day it'll be someone else's survival guide. So some of you have noticed that I got a new tattoo recently, and some people said it's hard to read. So it says Soren, and Soren's the name of my son. On April 28th of this year, my wife and I welcomed him into this world. It was the best day of my life. You always hear that you don't know the meaning of love till you see your child, and I'm really glad I got to meet him. But then the next day, April 29th, was the worst day of my life. Soren passed away unexpectedly due to complications from an extremely rare genetic condition. And neither me or my wife carry that genetic condition. Fun fact, that's called de novo, which is Latin for from nothing, for anyone who's had the misfortune of learning that word. I'm forever grateful for the 36 hours I had with my son, but life after Soren has been really tough. We've had good days and we've had some really bad days. I've been in a dark place, but I made the most sacred vow that I've ever made when Ren passed away. I swore over my son's body that we will get through this, we will tell his story, and we will carry his light with us for the rest of our days. Fortunately, in my personal life, we have amazing people around us. Not a day goes by that I don't get multiple messages from people reaching out. I think my wife and I have had maybe 4 nights alone since everything happened. That's my first and biggest lesson that I can give you guys. When something bad really happens, use your people. Spend time with the people you love. The other thing that's really helped me, I think, has been to pour myself into my passion, which is Flank. We're dead set on our mission to tangibly reduce the wealth gap by bringing intelligent investing into the mainstream, by making it more accessible and more fun and easier. And I've loved working on this project for the past 4 years, but I thought after all this time, we would be further along than where we're at. And we're running out of time. This was definitely easier to handle. I feel like I had a grip before everything happened. But now I feel pinched, and I have a lot of doubt circling in my head. So I don't break down for the rest of this video, I'm going to keep the section on Soren pretty short. But now you guys know. So I'm going to talk about Flank for the rest of this video, but I just want to say up top, this is not an advertisement. This is about the struggle of a startup. This is about my struggle with my startup during a hard time. And I'm working as hard as I can to try to keep this thing alive. So here's where we're at, and here's the idea. So as you probably know, if you've followed us for a while, we're completely bootstrapped. This is intentional because we want to keep our mission pure. I know that there are easy steps that if we took outside money, if a venture capitalist came in, they would want us to do things that I don't think would be right for the people we're trying to help, for you guys. We're trying to make it easier to become an intelligent investor, not just get people to buy things that they don't understand. And not try to get them to do stupid things that are very profitable, like buying options. We're trying to teach long-term, frankly, boring investing strategies. But when you actually think about this stuff, it's a lot of fun. So we're not going to take outside money. We're not looking at taking outside money. We'll continue to bootstrap this thing. I'm not here to try to make a quick buck. We've sacrificed way too much to do that. I've put about $350,000 of my own money into building Flank. And that's not a static figure. Right now, our current burn is about $30,000 a month. And this is hard. I became a millionaire before age 30 by treating my investments and savings account as one-way doors. I only fed into them. I saved diligently and I invested intelligently. But now I'm needing to pull money from those coffers to build Flank. It's becoming a two-way door. We made a video a few months ago talking about how I made over $1 million in 2024. I think that's one of the powers of learning how to invest. Not only does it help you build your wealth through picking good companies, but by studying companies and knowing how they think, it helps you see the chessboard better and can help you in your professional life. But in that video, I promised you that I would talk openly about money, the good and the bad. And this is the bad part. Buffett says, I won't risk what I have for what I don't need. So we've set a doomsday. On October 1st of this year, if Flank isn't growing to be self-sustaining, then we're going to cut all funding, except the $2,000 a month it takes to keep our servers running and the financial data flowing. Even if we hit doomsday, I'm going to continue to work on this project as hard as I can. And I know a lot of people on the team, like Jason, the guy who's editing this video, said that they'll stick around after that happens. But we are running out of shots, which leads us to our Hail Mary. And I need to be clear, I don't bring this up to try to get you to subscribe to Flank. I want you to do that when we've created something of value for you. I've taken a calculated risk, and regardless of what happens, I'm ready to face the music. I'm going to pull funding before I go over my skis. And I'm grateful that I started investing early because it's given me the padding to take risks like this. I also should be clear, I fully expect doomsday won't happen. Everyone at Flank is working as hard as they can to avoid it. We are in the process of writing code for what I believe will be our 0 to 1 moment. I want to tell you about it because I want to get your thoughts on it before we build it. The feature we're building is called the daily flux. I've studied the habits of individual investors for the past 4 years, and the most consistent thing I hear is, this stuff's really going over my head. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know where to get started, and I feel lost. And honestly, you can't become an investor overnight. You have to immerse yourself in this game. It's a fun game, I promise. Every investor, from beginner to Warren Buffett, is constantly learning and studying, and they use real-time analysis to do so. They look around the business world, and they see what other businesses are doing, and then they pick their favorite horse to bet on. But the alchemy of all this is to do a little bit each day. And over time, your knowledge, skills, and confidence will compound. And so we want to bottle that. The daily flux is a single upvote that you'll get each day. And the intent is that you read analysis and you give your flux to the analysis that you thought was the best that day, that made you think, that made you learn something, that answered a question that you had, anything. It's kind of like going to the gym. You can't become stronger by watching a fitness YouTube video or by reading the 4-Hour Body. That definitely helps build out your knowledge base, but you have to actually go pick up a weight. The daily flux will be that reminder to go read some analysis, to chip away at building your skills. It'll be like doing a single bicep curl, and over time it will compound. And some days you'll do a single curl and you'll be done. You'll use your flux, read a good analysis, and be done. And some days you'll want to do some squats afterwards. You'll go actually write your own analysis. But the key thing is the consistency and showing up, which is why we'll be gamifying the flux. We're going to be tracking streaks since consistency is the key here, just like with any other skill. You'll be able to earn experience and level up by keeping your flux streak alive. Once this is out, the next thing we're going to do is to monetize the flux. Basically, we're going to divert anywhere between 50 and 90% of our subscription revenue into making the flux have real money attached to it. This will encourage people to write their own analysis or share their own analysis. I think this really unites the idea of a community of individual investors. Because if you can earn money by studying businesses and doing your due diligence, which is something we should be doing as investors, that's a really nice sort of dividend that you get from doing something that will already help you pick a good company. I think that'll really help encourage people to do their due diligence before they take a position so that they understand what they're buying. Because if you can earn a dividend off of your analysis, that makes it more of a virtuous cycle that you actually will do analysis, because analysis is tough. Anyway, that's our Hail Mary attempt before doomsday happens. And if doomsday happens, I can promise you that I will continue to work on this. I know this is an abnormal video, and we'll be off next week, but then we'll be back the next week with our usual investing content. The purpose of this video is to let you know what's been going on with my personal life, why, if I've seemed a little bit different, I am, and to let you guys know that I'm okay. We will get through this. I know we will. It's just a hard time. And the hard time is further compounded by having a struggling startup. And so I'd love to hear what you guys think about our Hail Mary idea. To my core, I believe that it's the right answer. I believe that's how we actually create a system that makes it easier to become a better investor. Thanks so much for watching. Again, I know this is a weird one, but I do appreciate your time. If anyone wants to reach out with any questions, I love talking about investing, so I'm here. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.